Hey, what's up? This is GenChi from IdioFreQ, and today I'm doing a review for Slice, Dice, and Rice. Now before we dive in, if you end up enjoying this video, do not hesitate to hit that like and subscribe button for us. So, let go. Slice, Dice, and Rice is a fighting game developed by Dojo Games. This game is not your typical fighting game, however. It has a low learning curve, allowing newbies to play around and kind of get the hang of it pretty quickly. So let's dive into the gameplay. So the game has a 4-button system. A vertical strike, which is good for anti-airs, a horizontal strike, a parry, and a one-hit kind of like super move. The game has a very shallow combo system, seeing characters follow up an initial blow with a second and sometimes third strike. This game, however, isn't about combos. One clean cut will leave your opponent bloodied, dead, and on the floor. No. This game is more about movement, positioning, mind games, and reflexes. Every attack allows you to cancel into a dash, forward, or back, or into a parry. This allows you to perform feints, baits, and dodges to kind of outplay your opponents. Because the moves are so easily executed, this allows players with little fighting game experience to play at high levels. In games like Tekken, Marvel vs. Capcom, or Street Fighter, there are long and difficult combos to perform. The average player won't be bothered to remember these combos as it feels more like homework than actual fun. And at high levels of play, the fights are actually about reflexes and strategy. Slice, Dice, and Rice sidesteps the combo system, allowing you to get straight into the mind games. The game has a roster of about 8 characters, which all have their unique quirks and specials. For instance, Tomoe has a diagonal air attack, Yoketsu has armor on her attacks, and Benkei has a parry that automatically counters. The characters feel varied, and just like in other fighting games, there are going to be rougher matchups that feel like one fighter has a little bit of edge over the other. The game also has a system where if a player takes too many minor attacks without dying, they're actually wounded and unable to maneuver as well. Systems like this just layer more complexity on a game that is simple at just the first glance. The combat is quick, fun, and lacks the tedium of learning a combo-heavy system, but it still does not lack any depth. As you can see, Slice, Dice, and Rice is a pretty game. It has a Japan meets Sin City kind of vibe, with the pigments being muted, allowing the few colors like blue of a scarf or purple of a gi top to stand out. The animation flows well, and the models take real-time damage, covering them in blood as the battle goes on. Each character is visually distinct, but all very much Japanese. The game takes place in hell, and I think the art style really helps sell that concept. Unfortunately, here is where Slice, Dice, and Rice falls short. Outside of the obligated dojo/training mode, this game only has 2 other modes. Your standard versus mode, where you can fight a computer or a friend, and a story mode, which sees you playing through a campaign with all 8 characters. The game is missing an online mode, which is tragic, as there isn't much else to do if your friend's bored of the game. The story is a neat diversion that'll eat up some time. With such a dark and gritty, serious world with these dark characters, I was really wondering where the whole Rice thing came in, then suddenly, BAM! Rice! It's central to the story, and I won't spoil it here, but it brings a bit of levity to a game that is deadly serious. Unfortunately, the story's game mode is hampered by some of its design choices. The game throws Yukai, Yami, and Kami versions of its cast at you. These powered up versions take 2 to 3 clean hits to kill. This really tests your skill, which is cool, but it also breaks the game's rules and often feels cheap. An amazing blow that should kill your opponent often doesn't phase them at all, allowing them to prime an attack through your animations, which kills you. It breaks the game a bit and may invoke a little bit of rage within you. I know my rage meter was about to burst. Outside of those frustrations, I was legitimately curious and entertained by the story. The game obviously took some notes from Mortal Kombat in both some of the character designs and the story beats. For instance, the rivalry that pits the Scorpion-like Kojiro against Yojimbo is much like Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Hell, they're even wearing yellow and blue. But this comparison is more of a boon than a hindrance. So let's wrap this up. I rate games as lame, rough, solid, excellent, and amazing, with amazing being the highest level of honor you can receive from me. While the game's art direction and gameplay are amazing, a lack of online play and extra modes deeply hurt the game's longevity. For instance, I don't even know if the game is all that balanced because I can't play against more people than just my friends. Slice, Dice, and Rice earns a high solid. What's there is great, but also frustrating and short. As always, this is just my opinion, and I'd love to hear yours in the comments below. While you're there, hit that like and subscribe button. Anyway, this is GenChi from IdioFreQ signing off. Freak Nation out.